All right, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to the Unconventional Mindset. My name's Odu, and of course, what do we do here? Every day, Monday through Friday, we get together and we live stream our process as we try to build ourselves a company which is going to generate us $1 million in revenue every single year. Kevin, how's it going? Let me see. Do I got comments going on here? I do. Oh my goodness, fruit fly, crazy. Comments going up. So I do have my new setup here. Just kind of started. I have this new triple monitor setup, which is insane. It literally spans like my whole wingspan. Three like 27-inch 4K monitors. So if my eyes are going all over the place, I apologize about that. Just trying to figure things out. Anyways, hopefully you're having a good day. And today, what I thought we would do is, well, we can even just real quickly. Did I say quickly? Quickly. Hey, listen. It's I got huge monitors, right? So just my Donald Trump impression needs some work. Huge. I got the best monitors. We have the biggest monitors ever. Anyways, yeah, I gotta work on that. Have you tried using any in portrait mode? So I have before, but the ones that I had, it's okay, you're gonna roast me here again. But the one that I had was a 32-inch monitor, and it was actually too big for me to actually be able to rotate it, landscape view. But I have done it before, and it's really good for when you're doing code. So I really, really loved it for that. But I haven't done too much coding in a while, so there's not. Yeah, she definitely did say that. That's for sure. But yeah, so I haven't done it in a while. So, but I mean, I could if I wanted to. Maybe I could try one. I don't know. It's not that big of a deal. But I might try it here. But we'll see how it goes. It might be better to not like have to rotate my head so much. Anyways, one thing that I wanted to talk about real quick today, maybe before we get going, just as a quick reminder for me, is because over the past couple of days we've been looking at Google Ads and trying to optimize that, and that's fair enough, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But I need to remember, and I always have to keep reminding myself to keep the eyes on the prize. In that we've kind of decided that we definitely obviously want organic traffic, and we want to create our educational content and all of our YouTube videos and all that fun stuff. So I got to remember that that's like the super most important thing. And yesterday, I kind of almost fell into a little bit of a trap where I was thinking about, okay, well, how about, we want to optimize the website. We want to change this around, change that around, maybe have a whole different section here. And then I was thinking to myself, it's like, okay, stop for a second. Is this really the best use of your time? Is that what's really stopping you from making money at this stage of the game? And I don't think it is. I honestly, like, looking at the website as it is now, it's, yeah, I could spend some time optimizing a few different things here and there, but I don't think that that's really what's holding me back. I think the biggest thing that's holding me back is that people don't know about me. I'm not going out there and trying to hustle and kind of get some clients. Because I've seen a lot of competitors, even that are just around here locally, and like I look at their websites and I'm like, oh my goodness, like, are you kidding me? Compared to like my website, and I think, what I can do and what I can offer. And I think people just don't know me. So the whole thing is I got to start making content, get people to know me. And again, too, one of the reasons why I got this new setup is so that I can start having people onto the show, on the live stream, or do like a hybrid podcast thing. I don't know, whatever. We'll kind of see how that's going to turn out. And just to connect with the community, connect with people, and start talking to people, and yeah, just to get known. So with that, all that being said, what I wanted to do today is just real quickly, I feel like this is going to like fall right off. It's really precarious here. Okay. I don't know. Hopefully I don't drop and break this mic. Okay. Yeah. So here's just a look of Google Ads, or actually, our analytics on our website. So this is just for today. So you can see that all the stuff that we did yesterday in terms of kind of paring down what we kind of took out from the Google Ads in terms of, what did we take out? I think we took out not having ads displayed on the other network, because we just want people that are searching in Google saying, I need a web designer, and then to come to Pixel. So after doing that, if we look here, this is just for today. we've had only 2 clicks at 52 cents. So although a pretty good click-through rate for this keyword here. So that's good. But yeah, so just a 4.35% click-through rate. And there's a bunch of stuff here that we need to either delete and just take away, I would imagine, or start a new campaign or a new ad and just kind of use the best keywords that are actually performing and kind of go from there. And this is where I guess you can match the keywords as well to your landing pages and different pages as well too. But again, I don't think we want to get caught up too much into that rabbit hole at this stage of the game. I think we need to focus on building our content. And I definitely want to, like, the one thing I think that I want to be known for is someone that provides, high value educational material for websites and web design, just to be knowledgeable in the field. And of course, that should help propel us towards pixel pieces, right? So at the end of the day, we can't forget that I would rather be successful in pixel pieces than pixel media as just the web design agency, because this is a lot easier to manage. I should say it's a lot easier, but it's just, I enjoy it more because people come in, they pay the one price, they get their value, and then we can just go from there, right? So it's not like someone comes in, gets a website, and it's this constant back and forth, and it's like 40 hours of work and all that kind of stuff for that kind of one customer, right? So much more scalable for even just me, at least at the start. So eye on the prize. I guess that's the key thing that I wanted to talk about and just to mention is that eye on the prize. Keep making sure you're moving towards the actual goal that we want to hit, and don't worry so much about everything else. So all that being said, I think there are a couple things that we can do very quickly here to maybe try to make this landing page perform a little bit better. So the first thing is, I think that right as we have our client list, I think we should get into the actual recent website. So I think we should move this section above. So I think if we just drag it here, yeah. So we just have clients and then the recent websites. And I don't even know if this clients maybe should go below. Below this, like recent websites. And also for this recent websites, we need to link to the actual website so people can check it out. And yeah, the thing that I was going to start doing is to just redesign these things and make them look a lot more appealing. But again, is it worth me taking 5 hours, 8 hours redesigning all of these things and making them look pretty and maybe animating them and doing all that kind of stuff? Is that worth it at this stage of the game? I don't know. I think I'd rather focus on other things, to be honest. In that 8 hours, I can maybe pop out like 2 YouTube videos, right? So that's just my thought process. Whether this is right or wrong, I guess we'll find out, right? That's kind of what we're doing. We're learning here. So, right. So let's just change these. So we have this client image here. I think what we probably want to do, Control-Alt-A will wrap it up in a link, which it is. That's good. And we can go here. Sorry, do I need to zoom in a little bit? It was already 125. Maybe here, this will be good. I think you guys can see this at 133. Okay. So, right. Let's go into our link block and type in the new URL. This is ofi.ca. Man, I think I told the story before, but when I was working for the Ocean Frontier Institute at Dalhousie, we wanted to get a new domain, and we got the domain ofi.ca for the Ocean Frontier Institute. And we had to pay a squatter. And I think squatters are, like, they're not criminals by any stretch, but I kind of feel like they are, because they just hold on to domains just for the purpose of reselling them and then act as if they're doing great business. Like, they're really good business people. I feel like it's so crappy. It's like scalpers. I can't stand it. They'll get their bots or whatever. They'll buy a bunch of tickets and then resell them for like crazy high prices. Anyways, so we got this website, this domain, and it was like mid 4 figures to pay for it. And there was like negotiating back and forth. And then at the end of the deal, we paid them the money. They're like, "Oh, congratulations on getting your new domain. Wishing you all the success in your business endeavors." It's like, we're actually trying to do business here, and you're the asshole that is buying up a bunch of domains and just reselling it. Like that's not, there's no skill involved in that. You're just like a squatter. It's just domain resellers just piss me. Like if you're not going to use a domain, then like get a real business. I don't know. It just drives me crazy. Just drives me crazy. Okay. Anyways, enough ranting about that. Control Shift A, a link block, and this is datashift.ca. Pretty sure. Let's just make sure that that's correct here. Yep. I keep thinking about this and getting back to this, but yeah, that's good. Yeah, Kevin here saying, amen. Are you seeing out any unused domains for one-day projects? So that being said, yes, I am. But I mean, I'm not sitting on thousands of domains. And I don't go and buy, all those, as soon as a new domain comes up and I'm just going to buy ABC, XYZ and all that kind of stuff. I don't do any of that kind of stuff. So, but I have like a dozen or so domains that I have, for projects that I had started or haven't started any, or project that I did start, but I'm not doing them anymore. I just want to keep them so no one else takes them, or there's things that I'm thinking about in the future. So yeah, I have a couple, and I think that's okay because I don't have it for the purposes of reselling it. I have it because I want to use it. But yeah, anyways. Leo, how's it going? Musical notes, Dumb Way to Die. Just love the song. Hello, how are you doing? I'm doing well. Thank you very much. How are you doing? Hopefully you're doing well. Dumb Ways to Die, or Dumb Way to Die. I've never heard of that song. There's lots of things I haven't heard of, so I need to probably maybe get with the times. Okay, the Marine Data Hub, Control Alt A. So Kevin, I guess you're on the same boat. Like you probably have a bunch of domains that you're sitting on for those one-day projects. Marine Data Hub. Marine Data Hub. There we go. I got some more data up in here. Okay. So, anyways, that's not for today. Where am I? WebFlow here. Marine Data Hub. Open a new tab. Correct. Did I do that for this one? No. Here's where I know I have a little bit of an issue. I think 3 of these sites are no more. So I don't have 5 to display. Shoot, that sucks. Sustainable soils. Right. Control Alt A. I think it's sustainable soils. Right. Projects. No, sustainable soils. There we go. Copy this and paste there. So yeah, so that website was taken down because their conference is done. This company folded. Lipids in the Ocean is still up, even though the conference is over. Where am I? Over here. So Control Alt A. Right. Lipids in the ocean. Right. And this site is, did I take this one down? I think I did take it down. And I think it links to just my site. Oh, geez. If it'll ever just load. Which is just my placeholder domain. Right. Anyways, that's just loading and thinking, okay, so what do we do? So we delete this one, we delete this one, we delete this one. And maybe now what we can do, because this is, yeah, there's only 5 here. And I know there's a couple other ones that I can put up here, but I don't have any images. So we want to kind of publish this now. So, I wonder if let's go to the live site. What if we made it so the images span the full width of the whole container, of the whole window? Yeah, and it could be, do we make it into like a carousel thing? Yeah, I think maybe we'll just, let's go here. Let's just create a new, actually we don't need to create one. We can just kind of delete this one. We could just say, just for now, let's just do recent websites. So I think we just want to have a padding. Or do we have I think we have global padding. Yes, we do. Let's do that. Global padding. And then in here, if we flex this, what's that going to do for when things change? The size, yeah. So we definitely don't want it to be too small. Maybe what we can do, maybe we can set like a minimum width of like, I don't know, let's just say 200 pixels. And then in order to get it to collapse, we'll just set this to, what's this one? Stack children. Whoa, okay, that's not what we wanted. Well, why is it doing that? That's, So this thing here, what is this? Stack children left to right, it wrap down. That's only supposed to wrap if, right, I think, because these are unconstrained, right? They have a max width of 100. So it's basically saying go to 100%. Maybe we just do something different where we set a max width of 400. So that's way too much. Well, if we did 400, no, that's too big. That's too big. We want to make sure everything's aligned into the middle. We actually, I'm pretty sure with flex items though, maybe it's because of the link block. Maybe that's the problem. Let's try, hang on, clients underscore link. Let's copy that. And then I think, how do we go down, navigate? Is it Alt down? No. Maybe I got X out of this. Alt, nope. Control, oh, okay, no, that's not what we wanted. I'm sorry, I'm just thinking of the shortcut key to navigate through the navigator using just keyboard shortcuts. Like I just want to go from client link to this link block here. Maybe Alt, no, Shift, no, Shift down, Alt, this button, no. I'll figure it out later. Gotta remember these shortcut keys. Okay, paste that in there. Paste that in there. Okay, so we have flex. We have this here. So how do we have it so that these items span the full width of like the space? Like this space between, I don't want it to be this big. I want the images to be dynamic. So if we do max width 100%, how do we do that? If we do it a grid one column, so like inside, you're saying make the client link a grid? Because this here is flex. Oh, hang on. Let's get rid of this and get rid of that. Because that might be, okay. So what I would love, I guess what I'm trying to do is, we have the width of the window, and I want the layouts of the images to basically obviously respond. So if it needs to collapse, it collapses, but only after the individual image size gets to, say like once it's at 200 pixels, that's as small as it's going to go, and then start wrapping around all the other ones below. So that's what I'm looking for. And because I know if I go this direction here, like that works, although it's not wrapping, right? Like it should just wrap. So what are we missing here? So minimum width, let's just say 300 pixels just for now. So yeah, so it's extending beyond, but why is it not wrapping? And because if I wrap here, but then it just doesn't stay true to the width of the column or to the width of what I want the image to be. Like what this one's doing. This one's working as I need it to work, right? So what am I doing different here? Display, inline block. So yeah, so these ones are collapsing. This is what I want here for this. So I think because, I think I know what it is. I think it's the max width. So if I go here, right here. I think it's this max width. Because if I put this at 600, then it's going to go. But I'd love it to be, I guess I just want it to be dynamic. That's what I want. I'd love it for, yeah. But so Kevin, are you saying if I put these client links in a grid, that grid itself will be responsive? Like how would we do that? Like I can't flex this one. That's still not going to do anything. Interesting. Even this image now, it's not going at 100%. I don't know if that's just from this house not just displaying properly. Oh yeah, that's weird. Oh, maybe that's just the max width of the actual image itself. Okay, fair enough. And I don't want to have to use breakpoints. I want everything to be smart enough to collapse when it needs to collapse. You know what? Maybe we just can't do that. Maybe the way that we're going to have to do it is to just do something like this, where we set a minimum width of something like this, and we set a maximum width of something like this, and then we just go in here, and instead of aligning space between, we just align it like this, and then things just kind of flow like this. Maybe that's the compromise. But then why do we even have a minimum width? Like it's not even being, like the image itself is not responding. Like before things collapse, I would love it if the images themselves would get to their minimum size. And then once it reaches that, then start breaking. Am I making sense? How can we do that? Let's see, dynamic column widths inflex. Right, flex grow. Right. Minimum content. Max, okay. Right, this is what we want. Okay, perfect. Well, not perfect, but what do we got here? Okay, we don't want overflow either. So flex grow. So what kind of options do we have here for flex? I don't know if we have that. So what if we did... We can do a flex grow. Have that at 1, but that's not doing anything. Is that because of... Nope. Okay. Factors 1 to 0, blah, blah, blah. Display flex. Oh, and then on the individual items. Oh, maybe that has to be on the actual elements or the items within flex. Okay, so what if we do... so flex grow is in WEBFLOW. Okay, so I think it needs to be in here actually. So flex child. So, right, there we go. Maybe this is it. I don't know. Do we just do 1? I'm not sure. I don't even know. I don't even know how to use this. I don't think I've ever used it before. What's this here? Grow if possible. That's what we want. Definitely want it to grow if possible. Okay. All right. So now, okay, we're getting somewhere. Okay, we're getting somewhere. But the problem is now once it goes down, yeah, it's not like these ones aren't maintaining the same ratio. Okay, so we're getting closer. Maybe we're not going to be able to do anything about it because if Flex Grow is going to say, hey, grow as much as you can, and what if we took, like if we took away this max width, what happens there? Right, so we're getting these things where they are going to 100%, but we want them all to still be equal. I feel like we're not going to be able to do anything like this. Because, yeah, for this one, I would want this one to be the exact same size and go at the bottom. Yeah, so I think we're out of luck. I think, not out of, excuse me, not out of luck, but I just think we need to do, we just need to do it like this. And that'll be fine. And it'll collapse and that's that. So if you're on a widescreen monitor like this, you're okay. And if you're at smaller, then you just collapses down. That's fine. That's fine. I'm happy with this. Oops, I just clicked on it. There's a good FinSuite video on this in terms of having your images be kind of dynamic. Yeah, I would imagine. Yeah, I imagine those guys have done something pretty cool with this stuff. I think I'm happy with how this one is, so I don't think I want to spend too much more time on it, but it's probably something that I should check out just for future, because I think that's going to be, well, it's something that's, as I get more contracts here and do some more work, it's probably going to be something that's going to be worthwhile. Ooh, let's see. Just worthwhile knowing. FinSuite. Lazy layouts. Or maybe it's you said it's a video, right? So maybe I'll go on YouTube. So FinSuite lazy layouts with autofit. Sorry, I don't know if this is too loud here. Don't need to be that loud. Okay.
The holy grail of lazy layouts. Grid auto.
Tupo, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. Haven't seen you in a while. Hope everything is going well.
Now, let's head back in time a little bit and I'll show you how this cool feature actually works. Here we have a collection of products on our homepage. Next, we're going to select the product list and we're going to set the display property to grid. Here we can set the gap between the columns and the rows, and I'm going to set this to 2 rems, and I'm going to click on this lock so it's both between rows and columns. Next, we want to delete all of the columns and all of the rows except for one. We're going to click on the first column and I'm going to click on min max. Here I can adjust the minimum value and the maximum value. In this case, I'm going to set the minimum value to 15 rem, and watch what happens if I click autofit. Autofit will try to fit as many columns as possible into our grid. Each column will be anywhere between 15 rems and 1 fractional unit. Now, watch what happens now if I resize the screen. You can see here that our grid is fully responsive out of the box. If there's not enough space for a column, the item will simply get wrapped into the next row.
Ooh, that's cool. So I think, so instead of using, okay, so I guess we just make it a 1-column grid. And then, okay, let's give that a try. That sounds interesting. Yeah, sounds interesting. Okay, cool. Let's give that a try. Everything going good? Just busy with school? Yeah, back to school. Back to cool. And Leo's here saying hello. Nice, Leo. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, it's September, back to school season. Okay, let's see. Right, so this is going to be a grid. What do we want? Just a 1-column grid? I think even in that video, though, looks like, oh, that's just this gap. I can't see what he's got on the actual grid. What did he put on the grid? I think he was saying he's deleting them. Okay. Well, let's give it a try. 1 grid, 1 rows, and there's alignment options. And where was that? Where was that setting? Column, sizing, right in the column itself. So do we have to go into here? Sizing, min, max. So auto fit. Minimum, right, 200 pixels. Maximum. What's 1FR? Now, I don't know what that unit is. What is that? Like a frame something? I have no idea, actually. But if we just went to pixels and we just said, say 300, because that's what we're kind of talking about there. Oh, this is super nice. Thanks, Kevin. This is like exactly what I was looking for. Oh, except, hang on. Except here's the problem. Is that nothing is centered. Nothing is centered. Hang on. What the heck? I'll keep watching the video. I don't want to keep watching no video. All right, let's keep watching the video.
In this case, I'm going to set the minimum value to 15 RAM and watch what happens if I click AutoFit. AutoFit will try to fit as many columns as possible into our grid. Each column will be anywhere between 15 RAMs and 1 fractional unit. Now, what happens now if I resize the screen? You can see here that our grid is fully responsive out of the box. If there's not enough space for a column, the item will simply get wrapped into the next row. Now, what if we wanted to change the number of columns? We simply have to click here on the grid and set the minimum value to a higher number. In this case, setting the minimum value to 20 RAMs will do the trick. Once I'm happy with my grid, I'm going to hit publish, and that's it. Now, what if we wanted these last 2 items to span across the whole width, like so? Well, to learn that, you're going to have to watch our next video.
Of course. But there's also a problem too, is that the actual image itself is not spanning the full width. Oh, maybe because I got stuff here. There we go. Okay. So yeah, so I guess what my problem is here is that what is my problem? So when we have only 5 and there's 2 of them here, I would want them to be centered on the page. And grid, I don't know if you can even do that with a grid, can you? I think your grid, you have to be like super blocky. Yeah, I don't think this will work for what I want. I don't. No, I don't think it will. I think it has to be flex. I mean, that's a really great tool to be able to, like, using that auto resizing or whatever, to be able to make those dynamic changes without having to worry about breakpoints. That's actually really, really cool. So I really like that. That might be something I might even consider doing in the future. So I really, really like that. But for this, I don't think it's going to work. I really think guess just basically going back to flex. I guess I got to go back to flex. Yeah, because we want this, like if this was a grid and then it went to 4, went to down to 2 columns, this one here is just going to be stuck right onto the left side. And I don't think you can change the ratios of where things are within a grid unless you went to having different, like this first row has 4 grid items and the next one is like column span 4, and it would span all 4 columns, and then it would put it into the middle. Like, I feel like that would just be like way too much. And I don't know if that's even possible to do that dynamically. I literally have no idea, to be honest. So, so that's what the next video. Okay, let's watch the next video just to see what is. I mean, does it link to the next video? Is this in a what's the word? Is this in a like in the playlist? So up next, maybe this is it. Okay, just get to the stuff.
Let's set it up and running. The first thing we're going to do here is select the parent element, in this case, the product's home list. And we're going to switch from grid.
That's the one thing that I know for me in my videos is I just want to get to the point and just be like, okay, today we're going to learn how to do this, and just do it. Yeah, anyways.
What if we wanted these last 2 items to span across the whole width? Right now, the client requested it, so let's set it up and running. The first thing we're going to do here is select the parent element, in this case, the product's home list. And we're going to switch from grid to flexbox. And as you can see, this looks very messy and we don't have the desired result yet. So we have to set the children property to wrap, and this still doesn't get us what we want. We still have to do one more thing. We have to select the child element and we have to customize the grow and shrink behavior. You can see here under sizing, we have grow if possible and we have shrink if possible, but we don't need these 2 options. We need more customization options. So we're going to click on these 3 dots here and we're going to set the grow to 1, which is the same as clicking on this thing. We're going to set shrink to 1. So the item will grow if possible and it will shrink if possible. And finally here, we can set up the basis, and this is the desired width of the item. So if it's not having the desired width, it will try to grow, and if there's not enough space, it will shrink. So here we're going to set it to the value we had before, which is 20 rems if I'm not mistaken. And you can see here, magically, we have our grid. Now note that also the gap property was inherited from the grid. So if you don't have the desired grid here in place, you have to set the gap. And that's pretty much it. Now you can see here, if we look at the preview and we resize our canvas, we can see that all of the items are responsive out of the box. And this is how you build another really cool lazy layout. And now it's time to...
Yeah, but that's using Flexbox as opposed to using grid, which is what we had before, which is kind of what we had. But it wasn't quite the exact effect that we wanted, because we don't want to have those things growing and shrinking at the bottom. It totally makes sense for... I wonder if you actually... Because the images, I guess you could even set them... No. Well... Like if you set the height the same, what if we set the, if we go back here, so if we, like what is the height of this? Just say the height, whatever, right? Like if, just as an example, we say, oh, that's the height, it's not the height of the image. Okay. Need to go here, and if we look, And then if we go, like you were saying, say it was 200 pixels. Right. So this size is changing. But that's okay though. I don't think this is any better. Well, I guess the difference is that it changes the sizing of the image. But if we go here and give this, no, but if we make the height static, then the widths are not going to be changing. And then we're gonna have the exact same effect. Yeah, that won't work. Sorry, so what I'm thinking of is if we keep the height the same, then when this one, like how this one here is collapsed, this would maintain the original ratio so that the image wouldn't be bigger than these other ones. But then what's the point of even doing it this way? Because that's just going to be the exact same functionality as if you just flex basically standard size blocks. Yep. No. No, I think. Yeah, I think we just. Yeah, I think we just have it like this. And then we just change the pixels to relative units. Just calculator. So 300 divided by 16, 18.75. Okay. I want to see one last thing here.
Set the gap. And that's pretty much it. Now you can see.
Right. So you can see that one. If we go right here. No, not right here. Back up a little bit.
Grid here in place. You have
basically the height of these items here are higher than the heights of these items here. So it's not maintaining or the same heights and expanding the width. So there's probably things that we can do to do something like that, where you can just use the image to like cover or something like that and just hide everything else. So they're just covering inside the actual width of the containing child. Actually, we probably could do that, eh? Forget it. That's too much. Because then I don't want to take out any of the images of that. Like, we don't want to cut anything off here either, right? So that would just be stupid. Because then this would get cut off if it's like stretching across like the whole screen. No. It's all, I don't think it'll work. I don't think it'll work. All right. So have you tried image ratio? I haven't played around with it much since its release. No, I haven't. I haven't done anything with that at all. So, no. Very easy answer there. Rolando, welcome. How's it going? How's everything going there down south? Why don't you use a 2x2 grid with one item centered over the 4, then when hovered, it enlarges the image. To be honest, I think for the way that I have it right now, this is basically the functionality that I want. Like, it's just simple. I'm not trying to do anything crazy. As I was saying before, it's like, I don't think this is the thing that is causing me to not get any clients at this stage of the game. I really need to focus my time and energy on making content. So like I just wanted to do something quick, and we're just kind of playing around, see if I can find something in like a grid layout. But this is fine. Like this is exactly kind of what I want. And using grids, I think they'll just it'll just, I don't know, it'll just give me more problems, I think, anyways, because it's not going to be any better than what I have right here. I like the idea too of hovering over everything and just like resizing, which is kind of, I mean, we could even just do that. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I think this is good. Again, I could be wrong. I could definitely be wrong, but I don't think this whole section here, people see it and be like, that's it. I'm not going to hire this person because it's crap. It's not structured in the right layout, or it doesn't look the way that I want it to look, or there's no animations on it. So that's my thoughts anyways. So I think we'll leave it like this, but let's just publish it. And so here's the before. And then, yeah, this is, I got to do something about this because that's not right. All right, so here's our before, and then here's our after. Yeah, that looks pretty good. I wonder if the clients should be below this recent websites, and maybe like not even have like a heading for it, and just have the logos below. I wonder if that would look better. Because I want people to see these clients pretty, soon, right? Because I mean, these are some pretty big clients, right? The University of Waterloo, Dalhousie University, Legendary. So yeah, I just kind of want to put that front and center. It's like, hey, we're not messing around. We got some good clients here, right? There's other ones that I probably should put up there as well too, that I've worked for in the past. Yeah. Because what maybe the only thing I'm thinking is, what if we took this, so Rolando, I think you should expand the clients. They look very small, like in terms of the logos. Like make the logos themselves bigger, or add more logos to the client list. So, I mean, if we expand the logos, I mean, I've seen logos of people use different size logos. What is the other one I remember? I think these guys are out of business now, but if we go, did they get bought out? I don't know. What are they called? Oh my goodness. Oh. It was at one point a competitor to Figma. What the hell are they called? I think they got bought out by Miro. Envision. All right, Envision app, I think it was called something like that. Right, so I know, yeah, so you see these, yeah, so they got 5 logos here. So looking at it, yeah, it's about the same size-ish here, except they have theirs in black and white. So, okay, well, we got some conflicting things. Bigger logos, and no, don't make logos big. It doesn't look good if you make them big. Yeah, so... Yeah, like if I'm looking at these ones here, it's if they're legible, and this is blown up as well too. So if we look at this one, this is at 100%, the size of these logos. I mean, if we can take a look, we got 124 pixels here for this one. And then if we go here, I mean, 104. So it's stuck at 104. So maybe I could make them a little bit bigger. Okay, but at least make the div expand to the width of the images on the latest website. So, right, instead of looking like it's smaller, I see what you're saying. So, well, let's see. So, and should they be do they look good up here or should they be below? Oh yeah. So, okay. So what I was thinking is if we take these logos and basically if we paste them here, again, I think this is really just definitely just splitting hairs here, but let's put, yeah, so we have the clients here. Let's give it a little bit of a margin here. Like there's something that like that. I guess ignore this thing here, but just having recent websites and then logos. Should it even have a little thing that says clients? Oh, sorry. Let's get rid of that comment there. And then we could also, I mean, I think the size should be at 100%. It's not at 100% because we have some recent websites, text. Oh, but I think because the way it's aligned into the center, that's why it looks like that. Okay. Right. Because if we expanded it, then they would go further apart. Right. So what do you guys think? Logos nicer on the bottom, below the images for the recent websites? Or do we keep them up above? Right here, and then get into the recent websites. Again, is this going to be the deal breaker that people are going to be clamoring? You know, I like this site. I don't like this site. I'm not going to hire you. I will hire you because of the placement of your logos. I guess it's really about what's the point, right? And what am I trying to do? And how do I want to catch people's attention? And I would love to catch people's attention, again, by showcasing, you know, these bigger companies, right? So, okay, I think we could, yeah, I don't know. Maybe just leave it. Maybe just leave it. But it does take up a lot of space, though. It does take up a lot of space. And we could just flip it. Yeah, maybe that's better. Because then as soon as you jump onto the site, you can kind of see the work right there. That's kind of highlighted. And then you can go into the clients. Yeah, I like this better. All right, I made an executive decision. Yeah. Let's publish. Okay, perfect. I don't know. I like it. We'll see how things go. If we take a look at our ads, can't really see what's going on with our ads and how well they're performing because this isn't in real time. So I think, again, we're just going to have to keep our eye out on it. But I would really love to, I mean, even if I pumped more money into this campaign, it's not going to get that many impressions because I think the keywords and what people are searching, it's just that there's not that much search volume. So I think we're going to have to try to figure out how we can have a better keyword that has higher search volume, but also that makes sense. But again, who are we trying to capture and what are they searching for, right? Like I need a website or something like that. And maybe what I can do is instead of, because what I tried to do here is like Halifax Web Design Agency and all this kind of stuff. So instead of trying to stuff that in the keywords, maybe what we can do is we can run ads where we can just limit the location to Halifax or to Nova Scotia, and then have that keyword of like, I need a website. Because it's just, if somebody in Halifax says, I need a website, I would love for them to come onto Pixel, right? That makes sense. So maybe that's the better way to do it than trying to, is that what that is then, Rolando, with local SEO, where you just target your region and then we can have the broad keywords there, and have more keywords there, but then just localize it. So if that's also the case, but we are getting issues here with low quality score, like web design agency, and whatever, professional web designers for startups. Is that Google's way of saying, hey, listen, maybe because this one is, there's 30 impressions, but no clicks. So they're like, people aren't clicking the ad when they search for this. So therefore this is not a good ad. And therefore we're not going to show it when people type this in. Is that what that means? So I guess we have to do better. Like the keyword itself has to match what's in here. Maybe, I guess so, right? But if someone's, this is where it gets a little bit like my understanding of Google Ads is kind of limited. But if someone's typing in web design agency, this technically is an agency, right? But it doesn't have the keyword web design agency in the text. So is that why Google's like, okay, well, it doesn't say that, so you're not getting. But I thought Google and their whole ads is supposed to be kind of smarter, where it's like, okay, it's not so much about stuffing keywords, but about providing them with the relevant, what they're looking for, right? So I guess, I don't know. I think I have a whole lot of learning to do about that. So yes, but you'll have to create a landing page for each location you want to work with. Create a local business schema indicating the service area in order to position better. Right. Okay. Yeah, there's still so much I need to learn about how to do this local SEO stuff much better. So, right. Sorry, I'm just moving stuff around here because I know I need to take some notes. So yeah, that's what schemas are for, to tell Google what the web page is all about. Yeah, makes sense to me. But then I wonder, like, how much does a website authority come into play with that as well too, right? Like, you got a good schema, that's great, but that's not obviously going to be the only thing that's going to make sure you rank number one on a specific search term. There has to be, I would imagine there's a whole bunch of other factors as well too, like page load time and the authority, the amount of links, like the inbound links as well into that site. So, and I just imagine the website authorities is like a big thing as well too. Sorry, just taking notes here, guys. Unfortunately, there's only 24 hours in a day. There's only so many things to do. Doing live streams, lining up people to be on the podcast and being on the live stream, building out the office, taking care of clients, doing client work, making videos, writing scripts for videos. There's a lot. It's busy. Taking care of a family, push that off to the side. And now, of course, all the great stuff. Rolando, you always give me great stuff about SEO and doing all that kind of stuff. There's so much. And that's why it's just really hard to really try to think about how to prioritize your time and to think about what's going to be the best thing to do. Because there's only so much time that I have personally, because again, I'm the one guy, right? And it's just trying to figure out what's going to be the best thing. For a small fee, we can chat. Hey, I have the most top quality premium maple syrup. Can't find it anywhere except here in Canada. All the maple syrup you could ever possibly want. Yeah, no, but 100%. And if there's something else that I can do, I love to, like I talk to other people, in person or what have you, but when two people have different services, instead of changing money, we exchange actual services. Like, oh, I'll build you this thing or whatever. I'll help you with some tech stuff, and they help me with some other stuff too. And it's great because you don't have to exchange money, which means the government doesn't get their hands on it. So you don't have to worry about anything being taxed or whatever. And you get what you need, right? It's like the whole back in the day of, the bartering and all that kind of stuff. It's like, you help me, I help you, we all help each other. And, but anyways, no, but I totally get what you're saying. Absolutely. I mean, I'd love to get help with this because it's, because obviously I'm not very good at it, but we're learning. That's what we're here for. Okay. So we got this live now. We did update this ad. So we're going to let this thing sit for another week, and then we'll touch base again next week to see how the ads are doing and where we can go from there. And then maybe what we'll do is we'll try to do some more local specific types of ads, or maybe create a local version of another ad and see how that goes. And then hopefully by then we can maybe get some kind of schema or something like that, which might help. Well, hopefully it would help. And we'll see what we can do. I don't know how that works in with WEBFLOW and all that kind of stuff. So we'll have to try to figure that out. Anyways, because I don't know where it goes. I don't know. I have no idea. It's not just a simple sitemap that I know WEBFLOW spits out, but I think it's a little bit more involved than that. So I'll send me a form this afternoon. I'll be happy to help. Sounds good, man. Very much appreciated. That's awesome. Thank you very much. So I think that's it, eh? I think that's all. Hey, what's going on with my stupid things here? Okay. I need to fix this. All right. So now that this whole office is getting kind of set up too, and we got some videos that are in the pipeline. So our educational content stuff is going to start hitting the airwaves on, sometime, I don't know exactly what day, but sometime next week. And maybe I don't know if you guys like it. Do you guys like if I would go into DaVinci Resolve and start editing videos and doing that on the live stream? You can kind of let me know. It's a little bit different than web stuff, but maybe it could be a little bit of a change of pace. I'm not sure. But let me know. Either way, I mean, yeah. So, but a lot of videos are in the pipeline, and we're really going to, again, focus on this whole marketing avenue. So really looking forward to that. And I don't know when either we're going to be starting getting live guests and people on the stream, but I'm in the process of working that, and that's all happening kind of behind the scenes. So hopefully that'll happen sooner rather than later. But it's exciting, and we're definitely going to be moving forward with that. So anyways, let me know what you think. And as always, guys, thank you so much for tuning in and just chatting and just helping me out with all this kind of stuff. I really appreciate the support. So thank you so much. I don't know. I can't say thank you enough. So always appreciated. That's it for me today. So thank you for joining. And as always, I'll be back here again tomorrow for a brand new stream. Until then, have a great night. We'll see you tomorrow.